God, that looks so crazy. Welcome back, guys. We're back with another reaction video. And today it's going to be something a little different. I was looking up some stuff about Will Ramos and came across this video by the Charismatic Voice where apparently they put a camera down his throat. I'm sure there's a medical term for it. I just don't know what it is. And I guess they check out what his throat looks like when he's doing vocals or something like that. So I will, of course, link the original video in the description. And because this is a longer video, it looks like the original video is 52 minutes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to basically chop it up into highlights to make it a little shorter, but give people the chance to still kind of get the big picture of what's going on. So this should be interesting. So let's get into this.
You're gonna get some over here, okay? Okay. You are nice and numbed up now.
Oh,
Yes, lovely. Good.
That tasted
Gotcha.
horrible.
Good.
Are you regretting this trip yet?
Why did I come here?
You're about to see your inside.
Just look at my freaking boogers falling out of my nose.
Yes.
That's not even boogers, it's medicine.
It's just lidocaine. It's also got phenylephrine in it, so it's gonna make your sinuses feel nice and open.
Okay, so
I'm already
numb
crying.
him up
Do
and then
anything.
Just wait.
Don't say that.
I can't.
Don't say that.
if you haven't checked out the Charismatic Voice, I have seen some of her videos where she reacts to other vocalists, and she's got an incredible channel with a lot of great content on it. So I'll definitely link her channel in the description as well.
How's it going, guys? So I just made it to Salt Lake City today. I met up with Kirk and Elizabeth. We just went over all the things that we're gonna get done for tomorrow. I'm not gonna lie, a little nervous originally, but I think it's gonna be really cool.
To anybody that has a throat tattoo, how bad does that hurt? And be honest, is it like the worst place to get a tattoo? I've heard that the wrist area is pretty painful and like the top of the foot. But if anybody's got a throat tattoo like that, let me know like if that was the worst experience ever.
Cool experience. I've never done anything like this. A lot of people always ask me like, oh, what are you doing when you do certain techniques? And a lot of the time I think I know, but then other times I don't know if I know. And that's fine, because that's why I'm here. And I'm gonna do those things, and hopefully we'll find out, get to the bottom of what's going on inside, because I don't know.
So I met Will Ramos in person today, and he's pretty cool. Will's hair is even cooler in person than it looks like online. It has a life of its own. It's like poof, poof, poof.
At first, when I heard about this procedure, the microphone, the camera going in.
Flexible laryngoscopy. I can't even say that. Procedure where a small scope is gently guided through the nasal cavity until it reaches a position to capture images from above the larynx. That sounds uncomfortable.
In my nose, I was horrified. I've had so many COVID tests, but I can't imagine going further than that. Then you're going in the brain,
too.
you know, and that's what I'm thinking in my mind. So I was horrified at first, but I spoke to my family about it, feeling a little better about it. I think getting numbed and just get it over with. I'm not gonna think about it too much. It's fine.
I have to
Mind over
confess,
matter.
now that Will is out of the room, there is one thing I'm a little bit nervous about for tomorrow, and that's the flexible scope, the one that goes up the nose and then back down the throat, essentially. That, for me, is pretty uncomfortable. For most people, I don't think it's as uncomfortable.
When she's talking about this, it reminds me when I was in the Army, we were doing combat lifesaver, and one of the procedures that you have to know how to do is how to put in an NPA. It's a tube that you put it into the nose and it goes down in here, and basically it allows you to be able to breathe because it's essentially a completely unobstructed airway at that point. And it is super uncomfortable. Thankfully, I never had to have it done to me, but I have had to do it to others, and it gives me goosebumps even thinking about it.
Comfortable for me when I get that done. I've just had tears going out the sides of my eyes. It's not painful, it just somehow triggers those tears. Of course, everything is totally numb inside. And so there's not any damage or something that's done during that process. But I hope that I hope that he handles it better than I do, and that it's a really good experience. So this
Which is a
just
good
like
thing.
This is a good thing.
Oh, thank
It's a good
God.
thing.
Woo!
Yeah, no, you'll be fine.
Thank God.
I am particularly excited to see what parts of Will's larynx are actually moving. So
I'm curious too.
I mean, she was telling me things like the hypoglobius fold. I don't even know what that looks like. I don't even know what that is.
Well, most of us don't know what that is. This is super interesting. So Elizabeth might have something like, she might have a real gold mine here. Not only with doing this type of procedure with guys like Will, but there's a long list of metal vocalists who I would be curious to know how all their inner throat parts work too. Looking at you, Alex, terrible.
what kind of sounds you're going to make tomorrow.
Should write that down.
Okay.
Spooky
So
and monster.
spooky plus monster.
Do gutturals.
Is that a kind of monster?
That is a kind of. That is the kind of.
the guttural monster.
Fair.
There's like a whole bunch of like different types of like gutturals that I can just kind of go through.
Wait,
using
really?
Pig squeal, for instance. The pig squeal
Yeah.
is another. Okay, the way I would describe it,
Yeah.
honestly,
This is Will style.
This is Will style. For all you guys out there, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about at all. I'm just going off of, this will be more, I guess, for me for tomorrow. I
No, but
imagine
this
when we're
is-
coming back.
It's super useful because I've seen in research categories, I think usually around 4 that are defined. Sometimes there'll be an extra sort of bonus one in there. Pig squeal isn't like one of the standard categories. So
Right.
the fact that you say, oh, pig squeal, but I have a bunch within there, or guttural, but I have a bunch within there, that's fascinating because usually guttural is its own completely different.
This is actually really interesting for anybody that loves metal, or even people that don't even like normally listen to metal on the regular, but are either intrigued or off-put by the vocals of metal music. So far, this video will give you some real insight into what are the vocals like, what makes the vocals sound the way that they do. A lot of people think that it's strictly just screaming, and it's obviously way more layers than that.
Side, so
Perfect. Well, let's
Like,
put
there's-
down a few that we can steadily recreate, maybe for some different kinds of tests.
I call it like a fry, like a vocal fry pig squeal.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
that's what that's how I refer to it
Vocal
as.
fry.
Chord pig squeal.
False chord pig squeal. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think they're just two different, like I guess just two different parts of your voice, and I'm just pretty much doing the same technique with two different parts of my voice. So I think it gives it two completely different sounds in itself, but they're all still pig squeals at the end of the day.
Oh,
So-
what makes it a pig squeal?
Just that high E sound, like that overtone that you kind of hear, or just kind of almost like ear piercing kind of sound. And some people, I notice that even when I do my vocal fry squeal, like pig squeals, if you record it, it almost sounds like it's just a really high scream. Like if I'm screaming very high, you're like, what the hell is that sound? How does he do that? It's probably like a pig squeal.
So the fact that it's just like a high timbre.
A
that's
very,
the
very
most-
high, yeah.
Okay,
So
that's cool. And then the false chord one, is that essentially, so you're combining the like low feeling of distortion with
yes,
the pig?
with that E sound, which gives it another tone to it. It's obviously, it's a lot thicker and like bassier, but it still gives that high E sound, you know what I mean? Which I think is really cool.
This is really going to be mapping out so many different
Definitely sounds
aspects
like
of
ping
his
pong in
voice.
the background.
It's insane. I've never had that wide a panel of tests done on my voice at once. And I think this is going to be an amazing experience that gives so much information about how he's making these sounds, and hopefully gives him information that he can use to continue to develop as an artist.
Main components of all the research that we do: computational modeling, which is
Utah
all
Center
computer
of
simulated
Vocology.
work. That is
didn't even know such a thing
program
existed.
called Vox in Silico that Dr. Ingo Titsa designed. And really the whole purpose of that is to be able to manipulate parameters of the voice. starting from your lips down through your trachea, to see if we can't acoustically try and figure out what and how people are doing with their voice to achieve certain things. We only have a finite control over our anatomy.
Right.
The physiology is where it gets really unique, and why we all geek out and get so excited when people are talented at doing different things vocally. It's like, how in the world do you do that?
And then you can literally look at it and be
that's
like,
what
this
I-
is exactly what is going on here.
Exactly. You could do things like make your vocal fold bulge a certain way and see what happens to the sound. What happens if
Wow,
you
that's
narrow
gotta
a
be
certain
super
aspect?
trippy to
What
feel
happens if you
something
give
like
it
that
more
going on in
pressure,
your
more
throat.
flow? What
couldn't
does that
imagine it.
output then look? And then what we do is we reverse pressure and flow and measure on these pressure transducers here what's happening at the level of the vocal folds, at the glottal level. Because invasively, what that would mean is I would have to stick a needle in through your throat to measure that stuff. And no one's going to be willing to do that.
No,
Let's-
definitely not.
Let's do that today.
Like, maybe next time.
So when we talk about research ethics, not a lot of people sign up for that.
I can imagine.
How a individual keeps themselves vocally healthy, from preventative measures like their day-to-day vocal hygienes, although that word is argued, but things like his reflux precautions in hydration, but also when he's singing, what type of safety measures does he have in place for himself to sort of prime his system to know, ooh, that didn't feel so good, or what could I do to make this different?
I'd be
I'd
curious
love
with
to hear
most male
Will
vocals how that
sort of
works.
speak as a vocal user to what am I doing in those moments? What's going through my head to keep myself safe? Okay. You are nice and numbed up now.
Oh,
Yes, lovely.
that
Good.
tasted
Gotcha.
horrible.
Numbing it with that lidocaine.
Why did I come here?
Good. You're about to see your inside.
Just look at my freaking boogers falling out of my nose.
Yes.
That's not even boogers, it's medicine. But
Just lidocaine. It's also got phenylephrine in it, so it's going to make your sinuses feel nice and open.
I'm already crying. We didn't even do anything.
Just wait.
Don't say that.
I can't.
Don't say that.
Yeah, we ain't got to the good part yet.
Promise.
What do I do with the boogies in there? Do I just suck
They're
them
just
in?
going to hang out.
We're gonna see them.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I promise you don't have that much. It's
Oh,
like
I'm worried about
decongested.
what
That's
is
making it
inside
kinda feel
nose.
like
It's
that.
like,
Yes.
So this is a little bit of lubricating jelly. It's just going to help it slide into your nose a little more comfortably.
Am I numb yet? Are we there?
You're there.
How do you know?
Because I know how quickly the medicine takes. What does it feel like in the back of your throat? Like it's kind
well,
of
we used to
yeah.
do the
swallow?
NPAs
As
for
literally as soon as you
Combat
said that, I
Lifesaver.
felt that.
Good.
You
All right,
you are
so
supposed
that's
to
the
use
strobe
lubricating
light.
gel,
You
but
kinda see
if
it
it's not
flickering there
available,
on
you
my
just
glove.
spit on it.
Cool.
And here I'm just going to white balance this. You guys good?
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm going to take a look over here, okay?
Wow, swallowing is crazy.
Yep, swallowing.
How long does it
You're
go on
crazy.
for?
5 minutes. Oh, the numbing will last about 20. Good. So we're just inside your
Yeah, thank
nose
God that they
here.
numbed them because I can only
Listen
imagine what that
through.
would feel like.
There we go. We are now at your palate. So this is your soft palate. And you're going to go ahead and say
That looks
E.
God, that looks crazy.
Good. Good. Now hold out an S sound like a sh or good, and breathe. Now we can see the passageway through his nose opening. Go ahead and alternate E-C, E-C, E-C.
E C E C E C E C E C E C E C E.
How about
Wow, this is crazy, but also super interesting.
Good. Hamper, hamper, hamper.
Hamper, 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 hamper.
Beautiful. You look great. Go ahead and swallow.
Thank God. Whoa.
Swallow again.
Oh.
You're doing really well.
Oh my
Magic
God,
spell
yo, this
lesson.
is
Woo! Good. All
Whoa,
right.
something's in there.
Yes.
Something's going on in there.
Beautiful. So I'm just going to take a look around
This
here
is
for
so
a second.
freaky.
Go ahead and stick your tongue out at me.
Good.
So we can see under here are the vallecula, the little spaces underneath that epiglottis.
man, this is
Gave you so
insane.
much nice
Every
medicine.
single little
Oh,
thing
shit.
that you do
Jesus Christ.
has
Go
a
ahead.
reaction
This
in
looks
there.
good. I'm gonna just touch
This is
that.
absolutely insane to look at.
Gotta
One
wet
more
my boogers a little bit, no big deal.
One more swallow for me. Good. Now I want you to warn me if you're going to swallow, okay?
Okay.
All right, go ahead and say E.
Wow.
Good. And bring that microphone
true
down
vocal
just a
cords
little
and the
bit.
two
There you go.
white
And again,
bands that
we
go
want you to
between
do that
vertically
high
and
now.
V-shaped.
Really loud.
Like as high as I can go?
Yep. Good. And hold it high and loud, and then go high.
The arytenoid cartilages are the pair of
High and
knobby-looking
loud, so-
things above
Yep.
the true vocal folds, which move a lot.
Good. Can you stay high and be soft? Softer. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Perfect. Good. One more time
Man,
through the
this
throat.
is freaking wild, dude.
Beautiful. And now I want you to suck in. You're going to do this. Go. Yeah,
Can you
good.
imagine making all these noises with the camera stuck up at your nose and down your throat?
Good, and just breathe.
No.
Really soft.
No, I could
Now
not.
we're going to do that. Beautiful. Okay, I am done with all the boring stuff.
Cool.
You guys
The
go to
boring
town. I'm
stuff?
just gonna hold this
Boring
until it
stuff?
stays Far.
That felt crazy. I was like, this is kind of cool, but also
Really
kind of
uncomfortable.
horrifying at the same time.
Yeah, I
Until you see
bet.
it.
Oh, God. Pig squeal vocal fry.
Look at how contorted it looks.
Okay, hold on one second.
Notice
Hold
Amanda's
it,
shaking
hold
her
it,
head.
hit
That's
this
because she
brightness
just saw
button, go
something
to the
totally
X thing.
mind-boggling.
Yep. Oh, to your left. That one. Yep. Hit that button. Let's get it brighter. Ah, that's better. Hold on
feels
one
crazy.
second, Will. Go ahead and swallow.
This
it.
has to be fascinating for the doc, too.
Okay, good. Go for it.
God, that looks so crazy.
All right.
Now,
The twisting motion.
Cool.
how far he canters to his left and then pulls the epiglottis to the opposite side is amazing to change the shape.
Okay.
Cool.
How about some gutturals? I have lowest to highest singles and slides in there, so.
All right, so lowest to highest. So. Cool. So a slide was what? We'll do it for like mids. We'll go. I guess what you would consider a guttural. So. Oh, that's deep.
Yep, sorry.
You're good.
Hold on one second, swallow for me.
Wow, this is difficult.
Uh-huh.
It's weird with the thing in your
Swallowing is definitely crazy.
Man, I can only
How we
imagine.
doing?
Good.
Lingual
We'll go
tonsils.
to the. Actually, I really want to try the. Before we start doing more gutturals, the tea kettle screams.
tea kettle,
I would
okay.
love to see what that looks like.
awesome. Tea kettle it is.
This might be really crazy because I don't even know what's going. I barely feel what's going on in here. So. Whoa, whoa. That feels crazy with that thing in there.
A tea kettle scream. I didn't even know there was a name for it.
And the numbing, I feel so much mucus back there.
I wish that you knew what my heart was doing right now, how cool this is.
Willow's creating constriction much higher in the vocal tract for
I'm
this
sorry.
sound, so the end of the stroke can sometimes be felt more or make it difficult. The fact that he can even do that is absolutely crazy.
You ever seen anything like this?
Oh, Doc is straight up
Hell
geeking out on this stuff.
No.
Cool.
That's awesome.
And then we're back, and here we are. freaking cool. My face is hurting from smiling.
Cool.
Yeah, Doc
This
is
feels
loving
so
this.
crazy. I feel like I have like a lump in my throat.
You literally have a box
Woo!
cord with a camera on it.
Cool. Oh, a little deep, little deep.
Okay, sorry.
Eyes, tunnel vocals, tube and throat singing. This is Hell Sound Goblin.
Oh, let's do tube and throat singing into a normal just scream. So.
Tube and throat singing. It was engaging both the true and false vocal cords. The false folds of the pink parts coming together above the true folds, which partially obscure the white of the true folds. That's like that, what is it, that Tibetan, it's some sort of like Tibetan singing or something like that.
Cool.
Freaking awesome.
Tell me more good things about myself.
You are amazing.
Can you give it to me, all right?
You are a unicorn, my friend.
Let's do some close mouths.
Yeah, let's try your closed mouth.
The sound just exits to the nose instead of the mouth. These are
Cool.
some techniques I
I
didn't
don't know if
even
that
know
was any
about.
different.
Okay, keep
Yeah,
going.
we're good, we're good.
Okay.
This is Hell Sound.
It's more of like the pitch goblin, but
You're gonna hate me. Do that again though, and I'm gonna try and get closer. If you don't tolerate it, I'll back up, okay?
So much going on to create this sound. 'Cause there is so much constriction in the upper part of the throat, it's hard to identify all the pieces he's using. Yeah, I bet.
I'm gonna do some goblins without the pitch.
Okay, yeah.
Tunnels. Oh, that feels crazy with the mucus. I feel like I need to clear it, but
You use your epiglottis a lot in this sound, so I'm trying to get over it, and I'm being unsuccessful. That's why you're feeling it more.
God.
How the heck you're tolerating me getting this close while you're making these sounds is beyond me.
This
It's
is a
beyond me as
soldier
well,
with
but
it.
we're just going for
You're
it.
just
So
feeling it.
I may have a
You
fat
are.
booger in my nose,
You
but
don't.
thank God.
You
Don't look.
No one can see your nose.
Don't
'cause
look.
I'm
Everyone's
blocking
looking.
it.
I told nobody to look. Everyone looks.
Whole apparatus shifts from what articulates a consonant. It takes a ton of coordination and practice to find continuity in the
Do you want
sounds.
to try to? I don't know. This is gonna be like. This is gonna be crazy. I've never done this, so just so you know, we're kind of doing
We're
it.
playing.
I feel like I'm in.
That's one of my
vocal
favorite
school and
vocal
we're doing
tricks
this.
that I hear metal vocalists do. I always love how it sounds.
Nice skies, nice skies, low blow, yeah, no, I don't know the words. Clouds of white, the blameless indeed. Woo!
Cool.
That feels crazy with it up in my nose.
It
Woo!
looks
I have a
crazy.
really nasally scream that's like my
Since the
high
scope
high,
goes through
which
one's
is
nose, the
probably
sound
why
in
I'm having
particular feel
trouble
really
right
weird to
now.
make.
Woo! That feels crazy.
Okay, guys. So those were the main highlights of the video. The rest of the video are the doctors explaining kind of what their findings were. So this was an extremely fascinating video, not only just for metal lovers, but for vocal enthusiasts or just people that are, really interested in the anatomy of, your vocal cords and how in the world can metal vocalists do the things that they do. This was an eye-opening thing, and I give a huge salute to the Charismatic Voice, to Elizabeth, for making this happen. So I'm putting all of her links in the description, and I highly recommend that you all check out the full video if you haven't seen it. I know I'm a little late catching this, but just in case you guys haven't seen it, please go check it out and check out her channel because she's got a ton of great content like this too. So anyways, I know this was a little bit of a longer video, and I appreciate you guys sticking with me through it for this experience. It was definitely one hell of a ride. So I'll catch you guys on the next one later on.